We are live, I hope. And yes. So, welcome everyone. Beast Mode back here. And we have some special guests. I have Snack. Hello.
Hello, it's Snack.
And we have Insidious. Say hello.
Hello.
So, tonight we are going to set up the war conferences here and try to put teams in appropriate tiers and really get the season ready to start next week. It's the plan,
Yep.
anyway. So we're gonna give it a few minutes for everybody to roll in here because most people who are invested in the War League would like to see where their team ends up and who they can potentially play. Well, whatever division they're in, those are their opponents. And we
Yeah,
go
we're
ahead,
gonna
sir.
be using a randomizer, but we're gonna try and keep teams of like the same. We're gonna try and make it so that both conferences have approximately the same number of teams who are like really strong, and then like that way that the conferences are fairly equal to one another.
Yes, yes. So we're gonna rank, and again, I think we probably should start off by saying that we're here to we. Oh, you could be a bit louder. We're here to not upset anybody. Of course, we're gonna do the best we can. We are trying to um, rank teams the way we felt that it was appropriate. We don't really know anything at all because it's season one, so we're just guessing at this point. And yeah, so
Yeah, we did a lot of it based on just who's topped Edison events, trying to do it from a fairly objective angle rather than being like, oh, I know this guy. This guy's really good.
correct. Yeah, of course we're trying. We had about 7 people involved in helping with these tiers. So there was a lot of bouncing off, and we moved a bunch of teams back and forth. And I think we probably have it down. Of course, we'll find out at the end of season one how wrong we were, because it's just like I like to say it's like fantasy football. Everybody thinks they know the best players, and you draft this person and that person, and they end up not doing anything because we're just not that good at predicting things. So, um,
And
Oh,
as someone who did this before in season one of Goat War League, let me tell you, people remember where you placed them. They and they try to prove you wrong.
of course. So I think that we're getting some people rolling in here. I don't know if you guys want to wait another minute or two. Up to
We could
you.
start in a minute.
So
Yeah.
we'll give it another minute. And yeah, I think we pretty much talk later this week. I think probably Thursday night. Insidious and myself are going to sit down and just have like maybe an open discussion in terms of a video together and discuss the rules, the expectations, maybe provide some clarity for how things are supposed to work each week,
hmm
and get people ready for the start of the season, which is next Saturday.
Yeah. So we want to make sure everybody is ready for the War League. About 40% or 35% of the Edison War League player pool is coming from an existing War League that is Goats, and so they already know how things work. But for the other 65%, we want to make sure that they are all ready, so there are no infractions or anything, and everything is smoothly.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the goal. Because the idea is the policy's been posted. People can be reading these things for the last 2 or 3 weeks, but nobody does because we just don't read. And so we want this to run as smoothly as possible. It's going to be a long season. Everybody here is pretty busy, yet we're still trying to manage this on top of life. So stream quality could be better. I'm not sure. It could be because I'm double streaming, but um, we'll see.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. I think it looks pretty good on my end. I don't know though. Because
yeah,
I'm double streaming. Can you see it or no?
I can see it. It's
Looks fine.
look, hello, Ars. Hello, everybody in the chat.
All right. I'm just double checking to make sure I have like settings maximized, but I'm also, like I said, streaming to Insidious and Snack, so we're kind of doing a lot here.
If we watch the YouTube stream, maybe we can avoid having you stream
It,
to us.
I'm not sure, but it looks perfect on my end, so I'm not really sure what they.
Same.
All right,
All
so I'm
right.
not overly concerned about it.
So we
Uh,
have
Okay.
25 watchers. We're 7 minutes in. I think we're
I
ready to
think it's
go.
time to begin. Okay, let me pull up the little cheat sheet that I had here so I don't mess this up. All right. So we are going to start from left to right, Snack, from the image that you sent me. So this here,
What's that? Hmm? From the image I sent
that
you?
you
I don't
DM
know.
me the image of the actual tier
Oh,
that we
okay.
made.
Okay.
We'll
Okay.
start with B tier, and I think we'll start. Actually, we should start here. This one
Yeah.
here.
So a B tier is for everybody not that's not a top team. essentially, since there are so many new teams and new players showing up to this league, it's tough to rank them.
Yep.
So instead, we have B tier, which is going to consist of a most amount of teams, and that's going to be all randomized.
Hmm. They'll be randomized together, and then we will split them up into conferences essentially.
Could
So
you real quick boost Snacks microphone so he hears?
Some
I
are saying not
definitely
quiet.
can. I will boost Snacks microphone. We will test higher. Is Snack now good? And I can
Hello,
boost
hello,
Insidious too.
stream. Let me know if I'm loud enough.
I boosted Insidious as well, so I hope everybody's good. We're trying to do this here. We get everybody set up. It's not my usual staff, as in JG, but we're doing the best we can. I'm very appreciative of everybody here.
Let's say
All right,
perfect. It
looks
sounds
good.
perfect now.
We're good now. All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think we're gonna start here in the B tier with this is Ultra Instinct.
That's Ultra in Swink, I think.
In
In
Swink.
Swink.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
In Swink. So this is the team here. Right here.
Little cowboy hat, Snorlax.
Yeah. I know several of these players have lots of good experience. Good format, that is.
Shaggy Powers specifically.
Mhm. Yeah, Pui, JDZ, uh, Indoors, Crashfall. Yeah, lots of good players.
Can you
Insidious would know.
Insidious
Can you
would probably.
scroll? Can you scroll more to the right so we can see that roster?
There it is. This is pretty close up here. This is as far over as
Okay.
I can. Yeah.
On stream we can't see him.
You can't see him on stream?
Oh, yeah, I'm just
No.
looking in the Discord, the stream in the Discord.
Oh, hold on a second. I think I know why.
Because there's lag on the if you go based on the YouTube stream, you're not going to be able
It's
to keep up with him.
yeah, it's because my recording screen.
That's fine. In that case, you can just back out, zoom out, and then
Yeah,
I have.
I gotta zoom out. Sorry, we
So,
did not take this into
Oh, I
consideration, do
see.
we?
I see
You
what you
see what
mean.
I'm
I see
saying?
what you
mm-hmm.
mean. Yeah.
All right. So Ultra and Swink is one of two teams in Edison War League that is consisting completely of GOAT players. That'd be Shaggy Powers, the captain, Crashbolt, Endors, JDZ, Nate Dogg, Pui, Plevin, and Wow Wink.
There you go. Beast mode.
We got it now? Yes, I tried.
Yeah, it's visible now.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying my best.
Go ahead. Insidious.
All right, good.
So I can tell you about Ultra from in terms of Shaggy. They did well in season one. They made the playoffs and they pulled off two great upsets. They have the camaraderie. They know how to test. They know how to prepare. And they go beyond just Yu-Gi-Oh. Like it is a good friendship there and good vibes there. So a motivation, a positivity is going to be there. Um, Mostly unproven though for Edison. Lots of beginners like with JDZ and Shaggy Powers, etc. But it is interesting to see where they land. But in this case, we wanted to put them into
In
the B.
We did put them into the B tier for right
Yeah.
now. Good GOAT players, though. I do know a few of them, and they're all pretty cool, like you said. Just especially Shaggy Powers. I've had a lot of interaction with him. JDZ, of course, has helped us out with War League, so nothing bad to say there. Um, let's see here. Next team, I don't recall this here. This
Chaotic circle.
Chaotic Circle. All right, let's pull up this roster here. So we put Chaotic Circle into B tier, and that is, can you all see this on stream? Let's make sure that we don't mess this one up.
We got JJ94,
Here
Joey
he is.
NG,
I could probably
Minordo,
zoom this one in a bit.
Papa Joe, Rennie, Babito, Ali Mana,
Uh,
Jamal Jenkins, and Paco Stames.
I can't say I recall any of these players. I'm not sure if they're alts, but I do not know any of these players. Do you, Snack?
I don't
Y-
recognize anybody.
This is a full New York team. This is one of the two New York teams that are joining the Edison War League. But three GOAT players, Joey Neutral Grounds, Wen Ordo, otherwise known as Duck Duck Goose,
Okay.
and Bobby. They were on my GOAT team. They they know how to play like every format. When I last saw Joey, he won a Winamat at a regional for Edison, running Glads. When Ordo was going to be competing at nationals for current, and then Bobby he topped this past Goat Worlds.
Oh,
So
wow.
competent players, but I think they'll be relying on JJ with top 3 players there. Those. What cool thing about New York is they do have a decent showing for Edison. So they will be able to represent well, I think. With that said, not much proven online, so we have to stick them
In
into a
B
B.
tier, yes. I do know JJ94. I've seen him in tournament play, so I do recognize that name, but overall, I'm not sure how good. But moving on to the next team, if everybody's ready.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
This is
There's gonna
Creebones.
there's gonna be 18 teams in this tier, and then we're gonna split them in two with two conferences.
Where is Creebones? Here it is. That was Creebones. Right here. I like the logo. Nice job, Snack.
I love the
Um,
logo.
Creebones here. I think that Insidious could also speak on some of these players here.
I
Oh,
think
Mm-hmm.
they came up with the for the record they came up with the logo without me.
oh, really? Let me just
Yeah.
back out so everybody can see this.
The majority of this Kree Bones is also coming from the Go For It War League. They are under the Bones organization, and so not so fast Katsa, Godo, Manic Lord. They are on the Bones sister team. They just barely missed the playoffs for the Go For It War League, but they have been getting into the Edison format, so they are still up and coming, but it's exciting. And also Venom Blast, him and Kotsos played on the Greek team, so it's gonna be a possible scheduling nightmare for those on the West Coast
Oh, yeah, it's
or
brutal.
etc. So, but hey, that's why we do a whole week worth of matches for an opponent.
Correct.
But they have good chemistry there.
I do recognize Pana on this team. I've seen them around in the Edison tournaments here and there. So I actually played against them in the last BCS that you
Oh,
ran.
really?
Yeah, they're playing Chaos Plants.
Nice.
So
All right. So that's a little bit about Creebones. Next,
Mm-hmm.
we have. Is this Cameron's team?
that is the Sohi Sleepers.
The Sohi Sleepers. Let's see here.
Why'd you
Try
sigh?
this. Is this? This is not the team that Cameron is managing, correct? No.
It is.
It
It
is.
is the team.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I do know some of these players actually.
Yeah.
I know Fresh IRL, very good Go player, is actually on Team HK with him this season for half the season anyway. Cool guy. HT19, didn't he win a Deck Devastator?
Yeah, he's the winner of the first Deck Devastators. I think it was 140 people or so. Uh so he won it with Black Wings, if I remember correctly.
Okay, and Murray, I think I've seen that name around.
Yeah, Murray was known in the Edison scene as like a Glad player for a long time. But since he's played things like Trap Dragons and a few other decks, Diva Hero, I think. Uh, and then Alex Demand, I believe that's the one of the frog combo players.
It certainly is. Can never forget that man right there. And I think Shogun Lopez, Insidious, is this a Go player?
Yes,
Or
all those in orange are goat players. So we
okay,
just talked about Kree Bones. The main Bones organization does consist of Saws, Shogun, Wavement. Great players, great turbo players. Wavement won a GGP. Saws was in the running for MEP in the War League for Goats. Shogun is a competent player, tops a lot of events. And then there's Murray, who came in last place.
I know
last place in
Cameron.
what in the whole league?
Uh huh.
Oh, all
I
right.
know that if Cameron recruited a lot of these goat players, they're gonna have something that he wants
But I
to
do
see
I
them
do see them
do.
practicing a lot, especially Saws.
Yeah,
And I believe Murray actually did top an Edison event. Not sure how big it was, but when I was first looking up fairies, I saw his name as one of the top.
interesting.
Um,
I think Alex Demand actually did top like a maybe a peak of the beak with the frog combo deck,
Really?
but I think there's one on Format Library, his list
Yeah,
or
that
something.
that's gonna be interesting to see what they bring.
Or not like top 8, I don't think, but I think like
Close, close.
yeah.
All right, so let's hop into the next. So we have quite a few teams to go through. Let me see what we have here. If someone's like messaging me, I can't read any messages. I'm already halfway through, like doing way too much stuff here. Here, I'm not sure what this team is. I like the sugar packets. Do you know this team?
Yeah, that's glucose
Oh,
something.
okay, that makes sense. Glucose. Let's see here. Let me just make sure we get this all on stream here. Glucose. Gotta go back a little bit. They're
They've
right
got
here.
crops.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
it back up now though. Oh, so this team just signed up recently, right?
right.
Crops.
Yes.
Um, so I would say I know one player. I think I've heard
Okay.
of Hath. Yeah, I've heard of Hath, but Crops is definitely that's what Beast Beats.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the player I think we all know.
Yes, and he's a really cool
Member
guy.
of Ring of Destruction.
He is a member of
Ah.
Ring of Destruction, yes, but decided to bring his own team. Do you know anybody else here, Snack?
I don't recognize any of their names.
So with that being said, there could be some great players here. Probably there could be even top players here, but we don't really know. They're unproven, so we put them into the B tier. Um,
Hmm.
so we will now. Unfortunately, we don't know much more. We don't have much more to say. Um, we will hop here. This is the Ojama team. Let's see what their name was.
That's the free agents.
The free agents just signed up like today.
Oh, a
Yeah.
solidarity role.
I
Yeah.
like that. I'll try to zoom in here. It shouldn't get cut off at all. I do know GBO from Goat.
Hmm.
I think that they're like a good Goat player in my opinion. Like they win.
There was a meme about GBO. He left in the middle of a war match to go eat, then came won, and so ever since then, it's a meme that GBO on a full stomach is just undefeated.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Okay.
Battelle is also like an up and coming Edison player, I believe.
All right.
I do see them playing a lot of rank, and is it the Battelle I believe? I think it's
I,
yes, I believe it's the same guy I know of, but definitely up and coming. So,
Hmm. Besides that, Gracie and Psychotic are also Go players, but they did not play in the league, as far as I know.
oh really? Okay.
Yeah, but what I can say is in the Go Fortnite War League, the free agents team both seasons overperformed to where we originally put them. So just because they weren't picked up anywhere else and they had to resort to just sort of banding together does not mean that they should be taken lightly. Like they can surprise teams if you sleep on them.
Absolutely. I think anybody here can beat anybody on any given day. Like that's just
Yep.
how Yu-Gi-Oh works in general, but more so with Edison because it's not three decks like in Goat. You can't
Mm-hmm.
prepare for all of them, and aside from the team that wants to try to cheese and bring four final countdown decks, like yeah, that's going to happen once, but then people are just going to dedicate 15 cards to them, and then if you try to play, or you're thinking you can outsmart them by playing a real deck, they're just going to beat you because they're better, right? They don't need a
Yeah.
sideboard. So that stuff doesn't really work that well because you have time to really prepare for these people, or the teams, which is something I learned from playing Goat last year for the first time. Strategy is really important, more so maybe than even playing the matches. So anyway,
Mm-hmm.
everybody, by the way, everyone liked the stream.
yes, thanks. And if you're
Yeah.
not already, please subscribe because we're going to be releasing more content. But anyway, I'm going to put another team up here, the
That
Max
is,
C.
I have maximum C. I know something about this team.
Let me
So,
make sure that we are not cut out though. I think we're
you can see all the names. So
okay.
it's Stu, Deata, TC, Sneer, Nash. I'm a free 4K.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
uh,
they're the 26th team actually. They were the last team to.
yeah, they were. This is the last team to sign up. They are the second of the Montreal teams,
Oh really?
and yeah, this is the group of uh people. I know that Sunny has a locals that he goes to with lots of. I know that because I'm on a team with Sunny, um, and apparently it's a very very competitive local scene. So
So
with lots of retro formats.
these
Yeah,
players could be very good, is what you're saying.
yeah. They I don't know them from their online presence, but they could be very strong just from IRL play.
Interesting. Yeah. What it sounds like to me is that Sonny was at his locals and was like, "Hey, why don't you guys play in Edison War League?" And just rounded up a bunch of players, and boom, they made a team. So that's cool.
Yeah,
Let's.
you can't really tell how in real life team is going to do online because they are sometimes used to their own metas that they see at their locals or
Mhm.
regional play. In the Go Fortnite World League, we had a team from Ohio that was all in real life called Funky Towners and Funky. and they started off 6-0, and like people were shocked, and no one expected it, and then they finished 6-7.
Oh my
Absolutely.
goodness. That's
So
crazy. That's
it
crazy.
can go either way. You can either have player if they're able to adapt to online play, then they can do great. So if you're saying this is a tough team or a tough competitive setting, then we should all be ready for them.
Mhm.
Interesting. Well said. Next team here we have Synergy.
Yes.
Synergy
Let's
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Synergy Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, indeed. Let me just pull them up here. Make sure that
Lots
we.
of goat players once again.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what team I just mentioned that started off 6-0 and finished 6-7, most of those players are on this Synergy Yu-Gi-Oh team. That being Toad and Campu. The other ones are Gucci, Betchy, and Kit. And again, good players. I had the pleasure of meeting most of them in real life. I also seem very friendly, so I am fond of teams that are friendly with each other.
Yes, I actually played with a few of these people in Goat War League. The beginning of the season, I was on Formula. OG Betchy was on Formula. Kit.
Hmm.
I think it was Campu. I don't believe Campu was. All right.
No, Campo was on Funky Towers.
But Kit and OG definitely were, and OG is actually an underrated Go player in my opinion. I think he's like gonna just ready to be the next guy. I really do.
Hmm.
Kit actually played. I believe Kit it was at YCS Edison. I think that
Yes,
there
he
is
did.
some
That is correct.
rumors there that this man right here actually played fairies at YCS Edison in 2010. So I think this team has a shot at being better than people believe. So
Hmm.
I like the logo too. It's pretty cool. Let me just pull up the next team here. This one here, I like this logo as well.
Rhino.
Rhino.
Has some scary goat names on it.
Let's
And Mercenary. Mercenary V is like really high in the Edison ladder in FL right now too.
team Rhino. Everybody can see that. Good. I can even. Let's not get too
Obviously
crazy.
AJT. AJT is crazy good. Lucas. These people are very well known. So
Hmm.
in fact,
Insidious.
three people I played in my FLC.
Yeah,
Really?
so
So
Team Rhino
yeah.
is based off of Team Safari Zone, who are currently the champions of the Go for an War League, led by AJT BLS and the regular season MVP Lucas, his brother Soul Master Matt, also Rabid, and yeah, Mercenary V, who has been I think he recently topped the peak of the beak. What can I say? They are great at preparing and scouting. Rabbit, I had the pleasure of playing with him at the 3-3 for goats, where we got second place last time, and he is great at researching and scouting and reconnaissance on other teams. So I think this team can really take advantage of the replay system that we will have in this Edison War League. This team, honestly, I think could compete for the next tier, but because they're good on paper, goats, we don't know what they're capable yet for Edison, so we had to stick them into the B tier.
Yeah, lots of very, very talented players, and they should be able to pick up Edison pretty quickly as long as they don't get Bingo Bongo Ryko out of the
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that we when we talked about this, there's a few teams that we were going back and forth, and like we said, we tried to use some objective measurement in order to make these tiers. So it wasn't just like, oh, I feel like this player and like biases would come in. We didn't want to do that. So we tried to use like Deck Devastator tops or RBET tops, World tops. We even kind of use Peak of the Beak a little bit just to factor things in. And obviously, these players don't have really any Edison credentials, but it won't be long before they do. So I feel like Insidious is actually 100% right with some of these GOAT teams. I think that they're going to be much better at the end of the season. So let's see here. Let's get to the next team. I'm sorry if you all are chatting. am not reading any of that right now. I'm just trying
I'm
to
reading
manage
it,
this.
so I'll let you
Okay.
know if there's
And
anything that they're saying.
uh, hopefully things are looking okay. This logo here I really like. This is Team Cut. I know that.
Mhm.
And I like the logo. Let's see here. I just gotta find them. That's the
We
problem, though.
got McDog, the jank lover.
There they are. Just zoom in a bit. All right. McDog. Yes, McDog is. They play like Final Countdown or no?
They did once, and then I think they played maybe like Macro Monarch or something. So they play some crazy stuff.
I don't know any of the other players here. So I know that they're trying to start a rivalry with Team Get Rugged, and I'm not sure that Team Get Rugged is actually biting, but they're trying to call them out, and I don't know if they're going to end up in the same division or separate divisions. We'll find out later on in the stream, but McDog likes to talk some trash, and I think it's fun. So.
It's good for the league. If it's not toxic, it's good for the
Yeah,
league.
I think some trash talking. I get myself involved every now and then, and it's fine. We're just trying not to be crazy, crazy. So let's get into the next one. We have Diamond Dogs. Almost put them in the wrong tier. Also a B tier. Um, let's make sure we find them here.
Yeah, they're right in the middle.
Perfect. There they are. Diamond Dogs. Snack. We have no. So you wanted to mention that Asgear is not on this team.
Yeah, as far as I last I heard, Housegear is on a different team right now. So
Okay.
just keep that in mind when discussing this team.
So, with that being said, I only knew Asgear, I believe, on this team. Do you know anybody?
I don't, but there is a goat player apparently.
There is a
Oh, in
GOAT player.
TCG, yes, he played with Mr. Maple for the Mugus Militia, led by Ellie Tin Can. If you know them from the other formats, like I think
Yeah,
Iba format.
really old formats.
Hmm.
Ellie Tin Can loves those.
Interesting. So, unfortunately, we don't have a lot to say here. I did know Asgear, but he's not on Diamond Dogs. So, we'll have to see if Diamond Dogs can make a name for themselves before the
Hmm.
season is through. Pretty cool logo as well. I
Yeah,
like to like rank the logos. We should
I
do that.
like I like the logo. It reminds me of if you guys ever grew up watching with Game Show Network, there was a show called Dog Eat Dog, and it looks just like the Diamond Dogs logo.
Really? No, I don't know that, but I remember like Whammy or whatever it was. Like, I think that's what it's called, like Whammy, no Whammy. I don't know. I'm like dating myself. Anyway,
You're kidding yourself, yes.
we have this is Ultra Instinct, also a B tier team.
this
Uh,
team has some Edison credits. Let me check. Because I
Yes,
know
this
they have Gia. Uh, let me find it.
Ultra Instinct, and
Yeah,
Instinct,
on the
yes.
NC as they are from North Carolina, or at least the
right.
is.
Yeah. So Gia is. I think she has multiple tops. She topped the first ribbit with Hero Beat. She topped one of the recent Peak of the Beaks with Black Wings, and then I think Mayberry and Edison Club Justin. I think those are people who go to the locals in North Carolina that has all those members of Rod at it. So
Oh yeah, so
some
that's right. I actually got the pleasure to play Gia in Goat format league, and I had no business like beating her. She is the best player on this team without a doubt. Um, kind of
I
wish
am
now I had
excited.
invited her to my team. No.
I am
uh,
excited to see what AJ Hussein does. He is the pride of Ireland. He won, I believe, the nationals there back in like 2011. He also won the first GGP in that area last year, or now 2 years ago maybe. He also topped this past Goat Worlds. So, I mean, if the talent is able to transition, I think he could be a scary player for Edison.
I'd also like to point out Mayberry, really, really cool dude. Like positive, always in the chats, never toxic from what I've seen, and really becoming a better Edison player. I've noticed over the last few months, just kind of watching replays and tournament play. Actually, our team played against him. He ended up beating my buddy JG with Value Turbo, so definitely getting better. So that team could be somebody to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty then, let's pull up the next team here. We have a little I don't know this team. We have a hamster team here.
Fuse. That's Fuse. This team has Jazz on it.
What? Fuse.
Oh,
Quick
Okay.
use.
quick draw player Lift. Who else do they have? Let me find it. Mm, okay, yeah. So they got Artos or White Raven, MMF obviously. So this team actually has a decent amount of Edison experience, as well as you can see, there's 3 Goat War League members.
Indeed. And if you guys don't know, Jazz is the one who made the bot, owns format library, like definitely a good player, plays multiple formats, and we are going to be using the retro bot for all of our matches, which we'll talk a little bit more about on Thursday. But all of these matches, the plan is as of now are going to be ranked. Correct, Insidious? That's the plan. Going to be ranked.
Yes.
Um, that way, there's more on the line. There's actually fake internet points involved. And it keeps everything competitive. Even if a team has already won for the week, their 3 teammates just swept. The other 2 teammates still are playing for themselves, obviously for the MVP run, and for tiebreakers for their team, as well as Elo and rank. So let's see here. We will talk a little bit more about that Thursday. But anyway, let's see. We
Mhm.
have next Bing Bong.
This team has some players on it. They have Trap Monies, who topped Deck Devastators 3 with Black Wings. Shamu nearly topped Deck Devastators 3. They got Feardaus. So they have some actual Edison names that I recognize on here.
Mhm. This is the
Yes.
this is the other New York team that is joining the Edison War League. The only player I know from there is Big Llama 67, who was for a time my teammate in the War League for Goats. He also top worlds for
Really?
Goats. Yes. Well,
Wow. So,
he is the besides Pui, he is also the face of Panda Burn.
oh, really?
And Rescue Cat, yes.
Oh,
So if there's a deck that's similar to that in Edison, he might be on that.
Well,
oh boy.
Shamu actually nearly topped Deck Devastators 3 with Rescue Cat, a Synchro Cat deck.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't play Chain Burn. Hey, it is what it is. You guys can play what you want. Um. So Bing Bong, Team Bing Bong. Let's see what we have next. You know what this is?
The Sand Gang.
We have the Team Same Gang. Oh man. Let's see. Let's pull up their roster really quick. We can talk about it.
Got Mitch, Tibsy, Vangemon, Inquisitor, Raminator, Gadultron, and that guy.
I know of Mitch. I've played them before. I've seen them in the Beast Mode streams. Seems like a cool person there. I don't know anybody else. I don't know if you do, Snack.
No.
Okay. So we'll have to find out. We'll see how this team does. Of course, again, we don't know anything. We think we know the teams that are going to be great and amazing, and I'm sure by week 5 it'll be completely different.
Absolutely.
So let's see here. The next one will be I do know this team. Team Rampage. I am old school, go way back with a lot of these players. Let's pull it up here.
Extremely talented roster. Oh, lots of like really, really talented goat players.
Yeah, if this was GOAT, like GOAT War League, and this team rolled out, you'd just be like, oh, I don't really want to play anymore. I'm actually currently on HK for GOAT War League 3, and John Wick is on the team, Pro 8. I don't know who else is going to end up on the team at the end. I think DGZ is going to be on it. Krebs as well. So yeah, this is actually like probably my GOAT
Yeah,
team.
this is like the Rampage HK team, whereas
Yes.
4 would be the main unit. So yeah, this is another almost fully goat team for Edison. Besides Ma, who I had to bring with me because he was sort of like my mentor when I was starting to learn Edison a month ago.
Wow.
So John Wick, he's a veteran. He just has to, can you teach an old dog new tricks? Carl also, he topped, I believe, 2 YCSs with gadgets back then, but I think now he's moved on to better decks.
Probably. Gadget's not very good right now, but
Krebs, from what I heard, is good. I have not seen him play yet. Besides, and then Ma, of course, he knows the format. I regard him as the best fairy player, and that's gonna be a controversial take.
oh well, that's what we're all about here, evidently.
But besides that, the rest of the roster is unproven in terms of Edison, me included. We're still learning. the intricacies of the format. So we're just going to try to do the best we can. But I'm not sure how competitive we will be for Edison.
I think that this team right here, if can end up with to not a poor start but an average start, maybe end up by week 5, maybe like 2-2, going into
Hmm.
week 5, something like that. I think that at the end of the season they could possibly be pushing a playoff run because these guys here, you all know how to play goat phenomenally, and Edison is, although not being goat, still fundamentally +1 -1, control management of cards, resources. You all have that fundamentally. I know Ivan Flores, we go back 15 years ago. These guys have been playing forever. SDL Killer, if they learn this format, the best players of the format, quote unquote, are going to be taken over by all these guys. That's just the reality of it. If
Yeah,
they can
I
grasp this format, it's over.
yeah,
Hmm.
if they're studying, if they're like watching replays and stuff and analyzing stuff, they should learn really, really quickly and be dangerous.
I agree. So let's we'll hop over here, and that was Rampage. Of course, just the Rampage logo. Here we go. We have a relinquished.
Thousand Eyes Idol, but yeah.
Oh, that's
That's
um.
Brawler Turbo.
Let me make sure I can pull up the team here without it getting cut off. That's the
Yeah.
goal. There we
So
go.
this is the other Montreal team. I think we're gonna try and separate the teams that have like some affiliation with one another. But so this has Sunny, Monada Boy, Kanbanwa, and this is where Housegear moved to. So and Housegear has another member of my team that has a top with Quick Draw. Um, Sunny's done well with frogs or fairies. Kanbanwa topped something,
With
maybe a
Welladad.
ribbit. Yeah, with
Yep.
Welladad. Monada Boy won a BCS, so they're definitely Edison players.
Monado Boy is a good zombie player, in my opinion. I wouldn't necessarily say like top of the top, but definitely working up there. And I watch replays and play. I think that they like he's definitely grasping the deck well. So I think that team is good, like good. Um,
Sleeper team.
yes, definitely. Let's see here. Next tier is we have a one more to place in this tier here, and this grouping of players here. I don't
That's
know
the
what that is.
DDD. Team DDD.
That would make
Another
sense.
another team that has like some talented players.
Oh, I
They've
can
got
actually speak on some of these players, huh?
they got Masha, Aris,
Hmm.
Sultai, recognize. Oh, and Oscar too. Are there so people I recognize.
Yeah, this team actually I think is
Oh, and ShamWow. Didn't even see that one either.
yeah, Purple Drunk and Don't Copy Insidious. They're like good Go players, correct?
Correct. Don't copy also recently top worlds for goats among many other um, tournaments. And Purple Drunk, he was briefly on the overdose team before going to the Latina team. Very competent player as well, in real life as well.
Yes, so Ice Queen here has gotten significantly better. Ice Queen and an even day, if I sat down, could easily beat me. ShamWow also has topped a GOAT, I think it was a GFC, but pretty well versed in Edison as well. And Aris has topped what RBET and some other events, I believe, right, Snack?
I'm sorry, what? I was reading the
Aris
chat.
has
Yeah.
topped RBET at least. I know he was at
All right,
Worlds.
he kept the RBCT
Okay.
with Blackwing. The one that had Ronock, James, all of them in top
Oh
8.
yeah, yes, yes,
And
yes.
Joy Boy was in that one too.
So that is our B, C, however you want to arrange them tier. We kind of just put everyone in this tier together because we really don't know enough. We don't have enough information this season. We don't know. So we feel based on credentials that these teams here are probably still better. But I can assure you after the season that there will be more of a division with some of these teams, and definitely probably going to have a C and D tier next season if we have one. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's absolutely possible that some of the viewers know more than us regarding some players, but in this case, it's just a matter of proving it, you know.
Absolutely. So I think now we are we going to just continue with this tier and then randomize, or do we want to randomize this tier?
Let's randomize first so we can see what the conferences look like.
Okay.
Okay. So here are listed all the teams that we just. I hope everyone can see this. Just confirm.
Change the
So
tab. We can't see.
You
Oh, I
can't.
can see.
Yeah, I think
I
you can
can.
see it.
It's just
In
delayed
the
on stream,
Okay.
right?
okay. Yep.
It
It's
should be up there.
sideways. Yes, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, we're
Yep.
good. So here are all the teams that we just discussed. They're in this little box, and I am going to click the randomize button 3 times. One, two, and three. After the third time, that is randomized, and we will then move them into conferences. Correct?
The top half will go to one conference, the bottom half will go to another conference. There are if by chance both ultra teams get in the same conference, we're going to swap them with another team.
And same thing with the Montreal teams, right?
Yeah, if you want to, yes.
We're
So,
gonna try our
Brawler,
best to remove,
yeah,
like, keep sisterish teams
yeah.
separated. We'll do the best, but we're gonna click this button 3 times. So are we ready to roll?
We are
We're
ready.
ready. So we are clicking once. We have randomized once. We want to do it again, twice. And this will be number 3. This is it here. Okay, so we will take these 8 teams, 9 teams. I can't count.
9, yeah.
There we go. And that is one division, and then 10 through 18 will be the second division. So should we do that now?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
one sec. Let me. Oh, I
I
was gonna
can't
look at
watch.
that.
Yeah, can somebody screen? Maybe I should screenshot this so I can actually see it.
Okay, so we do have about 2 UI teams in the bottom, so we have to. We could maybe move Sand Gang
So you
down.
can swap 1 and 18. So Brawler Terror goes into the second division, and then Instinct can go into a first division.
That would create more problems. I think if we just go Sand Gang, switch Sand Gang, because Brawler Turbo and Maxi are currently separate, which is good. So if we just
Okay.
like Sand Gang was the last one in the top one, so if we just swap them with
With whom? Ultra
In
Instinct?
Swink, yeah,
In Swink. Okay.
yeah,
So
'cause
let's just go down the list and put Brawler, Turbo, and we'll just do this here. Brawler, Turbo. Which ones? See, you guys know the.
Idol, Thousand Eyes Idol.
Yeah, you know the idol D. So we're gonna put. We're gonna name these conferences. We should take a poll at some point in the stream
Yeah,
to
everybody
decide.
in the stream chat, uh, give us some ideas for what you want to name the conferences.
Show sleepers. Where's that at?
That's the. Oh, you passed it. It's the girl.
Oh yeah, that's right.
This is
How did I forget? Um,
Cameron's team.
oh
They
my
do some
goodness.
managing. That's a
DDD.
tough. That is a tough conference right there.
Right here already?
Conference side.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
Chaotic circle.
yeah. This is going to be a competitive conference.
Hey, we
Yeah,
randomized 3 times, so
We did.
uh,
Bing Bang is here, and then we said that number 9, we same game. We were gonna switch with Team Wink.
That's
In Swink.
yeah, that's the fire, the red one, rather than the blue one. Nope.
This one?
Yeah. Oh wait, no,
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 I'm
that's the
wrong.
right. Yeah,
You
yeah,
had it
that's right.
right.
All
You had
right,
it right.
and then the rest here we had Team Cut,
Hmm.
Synergy Yu-Gi-Oh, Fuse, which was this one.
Yes.
I'm learning them. Sorry, I should know better, but
You're good.
I'm trying to get 27 teams and trying to do this. It's not Diamond Dogs. Where are you? I knew you were here. There you are. Um, Bones, Diamond Dogs, Edison Free Agents, which was this one.
Solidarity. Yeah.
Nice, I like that. And then we already moved Ultra Inswing, so I have Maximum C, and then Ultra Instinct. So that's so far. You can confirm. I know people. Nothing
And
funkies.
Sand Gang.
What is it?
Please look at
Sang.
Sand
Oh
Gang.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Sorry. Nothing funky's going on. You can confirm with it here. Okay, we literally
Mm-hmm.
swapped Sangang with this one here, so Ultra did not have 2 teams in the same division, so there would be no issues with that. So we don't have to do anything with this right now. We're just gonna leave it be. Correct? Okay. Are we good to continue? Is everybody good with that?
I think so.
I
yes,
think
we are
so.
moving on to the A tier.
We're gonna move on to the A tier.
So the A tier are going to be 4 teams that we feel as a collective are above the B tier, but not as good as the S tier.
Yes, but
Yep.
some of these teams are definitely borderline. We have some question on some towards the end, but people are probably going to disagree with us, but that's okay.
That's okay.
All right, so we will start off with Team Bucks, uh, which is Team Ducks, but with a B. And I do know a few of these players. This team here was actually going to be much better, but two of their really strong players left the team some reason, I'm not sure why, and joined a different team, which now pulled this team probably out of S tier. 10 foot is probably the best player on this team. Has topped what two RBTs and two deck devastators, I believe.
I think that's right. Yeah,
He actually
he's
won RBT.
yeah,
Yeah, beat me in the
very very
finals.
talented value player, as most people know.
Yes.
Uh,
Sorry.
Times two also kind of pioneered the Machina control deck. Uh, they topped one of the deck devs, I think, and a lot of it has stemmed from them. All of the
Correct. Is this Curse? Curse.
yeah, Crush,
He
yeah,
has
Crossbowden,
top eighted, correct? RBT, I believe, beat me in top eight.
probably I think so.
I think
It's
so.
like
Based on credentials alone, 10 foot has more credentials than any team in the B tier alone, pretty much. So has to put them into A tier. That's pretty much how we did it. And Diego has that name. I believe he's top something as well.
yeah, lots
Um,
of good players. Let's see.
there's been so
Yeah,
many events at this point, like it's hard to keep track of everything that everyone's done. Juarcano is definitely improving. He's on Team X2 in terms of like just an Edison team, not War League. He's also a moderator in our server here. But yes, 10 foot is probably going to have to carry this team at this point. Losing the other two players just kind of knocked them down a peg, unfortunately. So, anything else you'd like to add, Snack?
uh, that's good.
Okay.
That's what I had to say.
Uh, um, now I am going to. The snack is going to speak on this here. Team's Crow's Nest, definitely A tier team. Let's pull up the roster here. It doesn't get much better. Let's
Yeah, so you got
see.
me, Joy Boy, Corinna, Fitz, Souls Manic, Dimitri, Yomero, and Maple.
Yes, so Dimitri alone here has what a world's top,
Yeah.
a few
Yeah.
RBET tops, I think.
I think he's only one, but yeah. I think because he topped with Hybrid Blackwings at RBET2, and then he got third at Worlds with Frog Combo.
Yeah, very competent play. Yomiro also topped RBET one, I believe, with Diva Hero.
Yeah, and then he topped a Deck Devastators with Glads.
So
Souls
that's
Manic topped a Peak of the Beak with Flamvel. Corinna got third at the last Deck Devastators with Junk Frogs. Joy Boy topped an RBCT with Lightsworn. So yeah.
yeah, so that's why we have them in A tier. It's pretty probably becoming very clear to people watching this that we're naming off a bunch of tops, and that's why we decided to put these teams where we did. Again, tops and credentials, we don't might not mean anything when you have some of these players that are forming teams from their locals and stuff, but for season one, that's kind of how we did it.
And what's interesting is they have variety with what they play. They don't just rely on one deck and only top of that one deck, which is something that people from Go format might be used to. Like these players, they are um, getting up there with multiple decks. So
Correct.
that's
Um,
great.
Next team here is I'm gonna save. So these are in no particular order, by the way. We're just throwing them up into tiers. E4. I'm gonna let Insidious speak about this team here because this is, in my opinion, the scariest of all. Go.
Go teams.
Yes,
Yes.
100%.
So if we were playing the Go for It War League Season 3 and this was a team, I would automatically put them into the finals. Very stacked roster. For Edison, though, it is to be determined. Um, just going from goats alone, I mean, Moxie's is an online legend. He's top, or he's won FLC and GFC. I believe Ivan Rosita was MVP candidate both War League seasons and was, I believe, a runner-up player of the year last year. Ghost Rider also has so many tops, it's disgusting. Uh, Fancy Diesel, up and coming player in Goats, who's already seen much success. Played in Worlds last year, and I believe he also topped an RBET
hmm
with Hero Beat.
I believe so.
Uh,
Yes.
Marcus Hayden was part of the Safari team that just won a championship in season 2 of Go Fortnite War League. He also won the Invitational that included the championship team and 8 MEPs. So he got second invite already for Worlds for goats. Labounty needs no introduction. He is
He's the
one.
goat of goats.
Yeah, and he's having such a stellar season right now that he's on pace to be Player of the Year for this year in goats. Dingo Sig, he just won the Goat Worlds Championship back in October with Chaos Return. And then Mark is a very strong player, also played in multiple worlds. And
Wow.
he
That's
has his own
impressive.
theories and such that people do follow. So this is a very stacked team on
And
paper.
it's worth saying, Ghost Rider also has like serious Edison credit too. On
Yes,
in
and
addition to
Fancy.
Fancy Beagle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both do. I would say in terms of Edison format, Ghost and Fancy alone are probably going to have to help get this team, right in terms of Edison. But Ivan Rosito, I'm in a few Discord servers where we discuss theory, and there's probably no one better in terms of film review than Ivan, without a doubt. From what I've seen, he can pick apart a game and really gets into the nitty gritty. Does it respectfully. I don't think this team's gonna have any problem probably making the
That's a
The
playoffs, in
scary
my opinion.
the,
team. That's a very
the
scary team.
biggest problem for this team is going to be figuring out to feed because they can all star probably.
Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to mention. Like, that's why this is such a it's difficult because everybody wants to play. Well, a lot of teams, there's a lot of players, everybody wants to play. Then you have to try to manage that, and then you have people that are really good losing some weeks, and it's like, do you want to bench them? Do you not want to bench them? There's a lot in that goes into this whole goat or sorry, Edison War League. It's just not winning every week, but you have to manage a whole roster. So definitely can upset some people, and you have some bickering amongst teammates after you lose a few weeks. I know we dealt with that in the formula a little bit, so definitely interesting. So that team is one that I would probably already think will be in the top 8 teams by the end of the season.
Yep. And then last one we have Get Rugged
Get rugged.
for
So
A tier.
that's a great picture too, the logo rather. Get rugged. So I actually know a lot of these players here. I'm kind of a little bit trying to help test and maybe answer questions on their server. But Zoidberg, it's funny that we were actually on the same GOAT team in real life 15 years ago. Team Outlook it used to
Wow.
be called. Yeah, we used to play against Team Rampage, and they were better than us, but we were a Massachusetts team. So Zoidberg and myself go way back. So he is a competent GOAT player. Edison, he likes to play his fun stuff, so we're trying to talk him out of that. Uh, and Snack, you can probably talk a little bit more on some of
Yeah.
these players.
So Sheldon and Sanchez, they're both Machina players, I think, as well. I think they've topped the last Deck Devastators.
Yes.
Cold Madness, I think, topped a Peak of the Beak. I'm not sure about that. Giorgione, I think, also topped something very
Yes.
recently. With
Yes,
Uh,
he did.
Edison.
yes, I think it was Peak of the Beak 3 actually.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
Devastators 3 maybe. So, I don't know. One of
I'm
them.
just
He
I don't
topped
remember everything,
the
but
last peak. He topped.
Peak of the
He's
Beak.
just
okay.
showing me all his replays.
There you go.
Yeah. And then I know I've seen Zool around like in some kind of tops. So in fact I think Zool might have a Deck Devastator top. I don't remember everybody who's ever topped, but yeah.
Yeah, I believe this team is full of like 5 people that have single tops, I believe. So
Okay.
competent team, and that's why they're in the A team, A tier rather. I believe that this team could sit down with any team and beat them on any given week. And Zoidberg, like I said, does have a lot of film review and theory, and I think that if this team kind of they work together, they definitely could be making a strong playoff push.
All I'm saying is once Zoidberg started net deck and Rosito's decks, it's been a game changer to a point where he became an MVP caliber player. So if you can do the same thing with him for Edison, with Sky as a ceiling.
Well, yeah, we'll definitely. Well, we have to first change his mind in terms of running a quote unquote real deck, but we'll see. Working on it. So that is the end of the A tier. I think that
Mm-hmm.
we really had a tough time with some of the teams in A tier and moving them up and down. But like I said, we kind of went by credentials alone, and I think that this is probably a solid group of 4 teams.
Do we want to randomize them now
Yeah,
and
we can
Let's
randomize them
randomize
now.
them.
So we have them here listed out so everybody can see. Of course, we're going to hit the button 3 times like we did for the other, and we are going to split them in half and put them in conferences. Okay? So we are at click number 1, and number 2, and number 3. This will be how it is. We have, oh, Crow's Nest and Bucks in the same division. That
The birds of a feather flock together.
evidently. All right, let me just whip this up here. And we are doing this the exact same way. We are putting this here. And it was Crow's Nest.
Mm-hmm.
And then we said get rugged and Elite Four. All right, things are shaping up. So, again, everybody
Only
confirmed.
four
That's how it
teams
works.
left.
That's right. So, back to the tier list. This is where we get to the main event. All right, I'm sure everybody's been waiting. Um, so, again, we're not ranking them within a tier. Maybe we decide to do that later on. But in S tier, without a doubt, has got to be Ring of Destruction. We'll pull up the roster right now. This
It's
is
absolutely stacked.
unbelievable team. They probably, without a doubt, it's not probably, they are the favorites to win the whole league, but we know that doesn't always happen. We have Cameron has 2 RBET tops, has won multiple, actually won a Duck Devastators,
Yeah.
as people don't know that,
Oh no,
but
no, he got second. He got
or
second
second
at it.
rather, got second at Duck Devastators. So that's 3 premier tops. Also has been topping like local scene, crazy. Um, Hydro Pump has what? How many
He's
peak?
been on a tear this year too.
Yeah, has at least 1 or 2. Oh, I think he has 2 RBT tops. Has a Peak of the Beak win. Has topped multiple in-person tournaments. They're always on stream. Rai Coco has won a Peak of the Beak. Has won an RBT. Actually beat me in the top 8. Just won a 50-person 2K tournament in person. Jaina. I think she was winning before I actually like
She,
came to the
yeah,
server.
Jano won a what's it called? YRS. Like I think she won like the last Edison YRS before the RBT series started.
Okay, yeah, I thought that was like I came afterward. Still
Mhm.
just ruined. Has the most premier tops. Last I looked, actually tied with myself. I don't think anybody has beaten our record yet. I think we have like 5 or 6 apiece. Has not won one yet, but also has topped some in paper tournaments. Arguably the best zombie player. Between me and him, we play different versions, but definitely he's just an animal.
Yeah, he
Uh,
topped RBT one with DV Hero and then kind of switched to zombies.
Yeah, and then top like 4, 5
Yeah.
worlds. Yeah. Rognok is, in my opinion, the best frog player on Earth. Has won a charity event, has top 2 RBTs, I believe. Um, Zico, what got
It's Chico.
Chico? Sorry.
Chico got fourth. Oh no, second. Second at the last Deck Devastators with dragons.
Okay, and then we have this man does not need any introduction. Pro Storm, in my opinion, I know everybody has a different one. If they rank players, I would rank Pro Storm the best Edison player. He won Edison quote unquote worlds at the time with fairies. He has top 2, I believe, RBETs, one with the dragon
Yeah.
deck and one with fairies before fairies were even like known to be fairies. I watched this man play, and I don't think there's anybody better, in my opinion. So that's why that team is number 1. As you can see, we can sit here all day and talk about the accomplishments. We're probably not going to find a team close. So
Yeah.
they
Pro
definitely have
Storm
a
doesn't
target.
have Pro Storm doesn't have the goat logo, but I know he's also a very good goat player as well.
Who's that? Pro
Pro
Storm?
Storm.
Yes, he is. Yes. So that's Ring of Destruction, the favorite to win the league. Everybody's out to try to beat them, of course. So then we have this is Twilight.
Yeah, Twilight Trail.
Let's pull
That
this up.
team that team is really strong.
This team is very strong. Yes, indeed. Let me see if I can get it so we can really zoom in here. But there's some players here that are very new.
So yeah, Yen Daime, who just won the last Peak of the Beak.
Yeah, on a tear, completely on a tear,
Yeah,
just tearing up the ladder with Black Wings. I almost question if they were a
alt.
alt at
Yeah,
one point because I'm like, who
we
is
all
this
did.
person just coming out of nowhere? Really good.
Yeah, and then Luigi topped the last Tech Devastators 3. Nier and Samu. I think Samu topped another Peak of the Beak.
Yeah, Samu actually beat me in top cut or last round. of that Peak of the Beak tournament. So definitely knows
Mhm.
how to play.
Yeah,
Uh,
and Spiral is really high on the ladder right now.
they
Um,
they won the 3v3, right? I think Spiral did. I think it was his team that won the 3v3.
oh, yeah, I don't remember. I think Turner's also
Yes,
really high
yes.
on.
Pretty
I think it
sure.
was Spiral and Jimmy, possibly.
Yeah, I think it was Spiral. Um,
Mhm.
who else? Turner is also tearing up the ladder. I these Turner and I can't say, unfortunately, can't say his name. Yondami. Like these two players here have just started, like the past what month or two maybe, and they played in like one premier tournament and he's already top, like nearly won the whole. Did he win the whole event? He did. He
Yeah, I
won.
mean, he
Yeah,
did, yeah.
yeah, he won the whole event. So like, this team is unbelievable. So that's why I put him in S tier, without a doubt. I guess we can talk about Team X. So this team here, we were kind of going back and forth on. This is my team. It's like a strong A team, A tier team, S tier, based on credentials. But the credentials are kind of stacked with just like three of us right now. So we can run it down real quick. JG, many of you may know JGW. He's always on stream. In my opinion, it's probably top two or three zombie player, although he doesn't play in many tournaments because of just life. Then you have myself. I have what, five or so premier tops. One with quick draw, and I topped Edison Worlds. I got second place, losing to 10 foot. So me alone, probably I have more tops than most of the other teams. That's why we're in the S tier. I'm sorry. Matt K, there was some discussion if he was the real Matt K or not. He is the Matt K that we wanted. This player here can play a variety of rogue decks and is pretty good, in my opinion. That's why he's here. Soul. Soul. Gotta love Soul. Soul actually won. So there has been 5 RBETs and then one this season. So there's been a total of 6 RBETs, and our team alone has 2 winners. 2 RBET winners, Soul and Zera. So Soul actually just won RBET 1 of season 2, went 9-0 with zombies. Sizzle is a more or less a up and coming player, just trying to learn the format. So kind of coming around, learning theory, going to work with us testing. Mid here, just top Peak of the Beak with fairies, I believe. Got second, was it second or top 8? Anyway, the Pogi Rapper, I don't know if you guys know, he has a YouTube channel. He topped 3 YCSs in a row back in this era and then Nationals. Is really,
Jesus.
yeah, really starting to learn Edison format again and getting much better. And then we have Zeros, who most people know who he is. He comes and just plays online, plays a tournament, and then you don't see him again. He won RBT 2,
Two.
and
Yeah.
he also topped Edison Worlds. So between us, there's a decent amount of tops. We have ourselves in the S tier. We went back and forth with this team here. I think we can hang with anybody, and my goal is to be in the playoffs, of course. Don't know if it's going to happen. So that's us. And then we have another crazy team. This is Bingo. Is it Bingo Bongo or Bongo
Bongo
Boys?
Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me pull them over here. So this is where some of the controversy came here because some of these players were poached already from Buck's team. So James Ark, obviously top player of the format, plays multiple goat at a high level. Edison, I think he won a Black Rose tournament in paper. Got second at a charity event. He's played a couple RBTs, but doesn't play every tournament. It's just comes and goes. But obviously, very very strong player and known throughout most of the Discord servers. Snack, do you know Smoker? I'm not sure. I might
I
probably
think
know him.
that is Mumix,
Oh, that's
but
so. I actually lost to Mumix in Edison rulers, RBT rulers in top 8 cut with the. So this person right here, Smoker, is the person who was playing the Christia Sworn deck. And I've heard through the grapevine that both James and Smoker created the Christia Sworn deck that he pretty much ripped my head off with in top 8. So, Marcus, do you know Marcus?
uh, I don't know
I don't know
Marcus.
Marcus. So this is Matt K, or is it Matt Calendola, I believe it is, or something like that.
Kalenda, I
Kalenda,
believe.
maybe.
Belinda.
Yes, who's like won YCSs back in the day, I believe. Is that the word on the street? I think that's what they've said, or top multiple YCS high level
I
player.
remember. I
Uh,
remember hearing his name for ARGs.
okay, that too.
Mhm.
Also, I believe topped RBT one with Blackwings. So, um, Phil.
Okay, so Cameron in the chat is saying that Marcus topped Goat Worlds and has other IRL tops.
Okay, so Marcus top GOAT Worlds. So yeah, again, there's not anybody on this team that doesn't know how to play. That's the reality of it.
No.
Phil here actually was my 3v3 teammate and is on Team X2. I believe he's topped a Deck Devastator or two. Plays Black Wings,
Yeah.
very competent.
Yeah.
Stevie, I can't say. I'm not sure who that is.
Indicate
Indicate.
is very, very talented. I think topped the RBCT with zombies and did really well he got second at Edison, at RBT Rulers last year.
Yep, lost the Pro Storm. And in my opinion, Lydia is the hottest player in Edison format right now. This player right here just topped with Hero Beat. I think the last 2 or 3 tournaments he's played in has topped. Really going under the radar. I think that he doesn't get enough respect and was supposed to play on Bucks but didn't for whatever reason. And definitely a strong duelist here. So I think this team, in my opinion, is probably the second best team. I would say. Not trying to get anybody upset, but I would think it's the second best team, and I'm saying that even over my team because I'm trying to be fair, and I can obviously see good players just by looking at names here. We know. So
Yeah, so I guess we
let's
can randomize
randomize.
and figure out where everybody
All right,
lands.
so this is it here. I know certain people want to play certain people here, so hopefully this happens. Let's click.
Certain
Certain
people
people want to
might
play
be in
certain
this
people here.
call.
That's right. So we're gonna click 1 randomize, 2 randomize, a 3 randomize. Oh, we got some goodies. So we got Twilight and Bong Boys are in the same division. Bong Boys,
Hmm.
Twilight, and then we have Rod and Team X. So this should be interesting. Does this look right based on all the randomization? I believe so. We didn't mess
Yeah,
anything up. Okay.
you did everything right.
So do we want to further elaborate on what we think our 8 teams are going to be within these tiers? Or do we want to call
Mm,
it quits?
Well, we're at just a little over an hour, so we have time.
Okay, we have some time. So we got to figure out like pairings as well, correct? The schedule essentially, but
yeah,
all the teams that you see in your division, you will play. That's how we're doing that. Nothing has
mhm.
changed since we've last talked
It's
about
gonna
that,
be
correct?
it's gonna be a 12-week round robin within your conference type of schedule.
Okay. So yeah, so you play the 11 other teams in your division.
12, yes.
12, yeah, sorry. Can't count. So I'm going to stop moving some teams within the tier here, I guess. Just quickly, I would say something.
Well, we can just go ahead and put the teams we had in S and A to the top of the.
Yeah, I would say that makes sense, right? Let me find them here. I think this team is probably the best. This team is there. I do think Crow's Nest is probably next.
We forgot Twilight Trill. They're in there too at the bottom. The
Uh, oh yeah,
anime
that's right.
girl, yeah.
I want to go there. This is tricky. Crows or Bucks? I think Crows right now is definitely better. Let's look at the list again. What do you guys think, Snack? Who do you want to move into Conference A around here?
Okay.
Let's look
Well,
at
honestly,
rosters.
Rhino is crazy. This is like a really stacked conference, I think.
I agree.
Rhino has a bunch of crazy goat players. Rampage does too. Uh,
Let's look
the
at
brawler,
Rhino and Rampage real quick. We have Rampage
yeah,
here, and then we have Rhino. Let me see.
like both of those teams are just absolutely stacked with goat talent.
Ooh, yeah. I think just I have some bias because Rampage are most of these players are on the same GOAT team that I've been playing on, so I'm gonna do a little bit of bias here. Here we go.
Favoritism.
There we go. All right. Not that it matters much. Um, does Chad
Very,
have
very,
any
very strong
opinions here?
team. I think brawlers should be towards the top, but that's my bias with Sunny and Housecare on that team.
Brawlers. Where are they? Sorry.
They're the Thousand Eyes Idol.
Okay. Where do you think we should put them?
Uh, Behind Rhino, maybe.
You think so? Okay.
I think Sohi Sleepers is a really strong team. The anime girl,
Oh yeah.
or
No,
sorry,
they're
not
right
the
there.
anime girl, the the Korean girl, and then DDD has Masha and Aris.
Oh,
Bing Bong is the one that
yeah,
has
I gotta
Spirit
move that.
Out. And then yeah. So I think this is a pretty strong conference.
I'm gonna do something like this again. I think it's easier for us if we just pick the 4 teams from each. It's 4 teams from each division that'll make the playoffs, and then you can kind of go from there, right? I think we did something like this. Where's the other one? Um, this is what I do think. Now, of course, the A and S tier teams and probably not all going to end up in the playoffs because that's just not how it happens, right? Uh,
Yeah.
so I think that this is probably like wishful thinking or me trying to be right, but we're not going to be right. I think this team's pretty good too. I'd have to really look at all the lists and really figure it out loud.
You had to put Ultra and Swink at the bottom
Yeah.
left corner, way higher.
Oh, really?
Not that one, the other one.
Oh, sorry.
The Ultra Instinct or
This one here?
Instinct. Yeah, that one.
Yes, Instinct. Yes, I'm sorry.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I think team cut is probably lower down here, and this free agent team's probably, they just got thrown together. They probably don't have much chemistry yet. We
Yeah,
can look at Russ.
I would put Instinct like up by Crebones and stuff, but yeah.
Something like this. So this would be a perfect situation for us who, if we nailed like S tier and A tier. Again,
Yeah.
like if this is how it ends up being, but there's a good chance like Team X is just not in the playoffs. Like who knows, right? There's a chance that Rod isn't in the playoffs. Wink, wink. So again, if I don't want to start up too many people and getting them all upset about where we rank them and this, that, and the other. I just wanted to more or less, well, we all wanted to just get the conferences set up, and this is what the season is going to look like. We are going to essentially have a video on Thursday, talk over a little bit more of the rules. Hopefully, we get pairings out like sooner than later. I don't know when that we're going to do that, but because season starts Saturday, so we got to figure all that out, and we have to make sure people are on board with submitting lineups and deck lists and stuff. So, anything else you guys want to say or share?
Okay, so some of the conference suggestions, I'll run them by you.
Okay.
Cameron suggests Grepher Conference and Armageddon Conference.
Okay.
Chico suggests Dark End and like Light End or Dark Armed and Christia. We have another one from Cameron, Warrior Conference and Bird Conference. Chico says Honest and Kalut.
Oh.
Oh,
Eric
that's cool.
Eric Shen says Dark Armed and Judgment Dragon. Yeah. That's a funny one. Big Chill says Shadow Imprisoning and Light Imprisoning Mirrors.
I'm like I have no.
Okay, First Last says Guari Conference and Aris Conference.
Yeah, sure. That's easy enough. I'm open to like just about anything. I think that if we wanted to pull up a few of the names that we think are decent and just roll with that, maybe pick 3 names and just pull it. I think you can start polls, Snack. No?
Oh, Paul.
Yeah. Let's
Okay, let me try.
I said Raiko and Kaius. And someone else here.
I don't think I can do a poll. I don't see a way to do a poll.
Let me see if I can do a poll. On the bottom, where you type and you click engage with your audience. Can you
That's
see that?
not a button for me.
Oh, okay. Start a poll. So let's see here. Let's pick.
So we got Honest Kalut.
I like that one.
That one's really good. You could do like Dark Armed and Christia.
We
or
could do
Dark Armed
that.
and Judgment Dragon. Which one do you prefer for the light representative?
I'm open to whatever you decide. What did we say? Judgment Dragon and Darkness or Dark Arm Dragon?
Yeah, that's a funny one. See, I said that one. You'll never know me.
Oh, Brain Control and Dust Shoot. Okay, let's do that.
Brain Control Conference and Dust Shoot Conference.
I still like Brain Con and Mind Con. Both go for conferences.
Oh, Brain Conference, Mind Conference.
There we go. Brain and Dust Shoot. Let's do that. Those two are like the most broken cards of the format. Let's add another option. So we have 1, 2. We have Honest and Kalut, Brain and Dust. One of the low expectations game.
We could do Raiko Caius.
Raiko Caius.
Stratos, Shura, both searchers.
Both searchers. And what do we say? Judgment Dragon and Christia and Dark Arm? Do we care enough of that?
Yeah, you pick for the light one. Because it could be JD or it could be Christia. Deep Sea Diva and Junk Synchron. The debate. Cameron
Gardner.
says fluff and rose, as in tokens.
Oh, okay.
Lots of options.
We have so many of them, but people,
Yeah.
we could just do A and B. No.
Conference A, Conference B.
um.
Gores and track. That's
That's
neat.
a cool
Ooh,
one.
I like that too. Yeah,
I like that
Gores,
too.
Strag.
Gores
All right,
and
I have
track.
4 here. Let's pop it up.
Nice one, Reinite. Titaniel and Gilman.
Yeah, the bricks. Let's see if people like what they vote, if they vote, and then we can just do that. I threw up there Kalu and Honest, um, Brain and Dust Conference, Reiko Caius, and then Gores and Track.
That's it. Honest and Clue sounds so good. But so far, Gores and Treg are winning.
It's pretty even between Honest Clue
Yeah,
and
it's
Gores Track.
actually.
Oh, Gores and Track is pulling ahead.
I think we'll run it for a minute, right? So it's 9:18 where I'm at. We'll just run it for like a minute or so, right?
Yeah. So
we have 34 watchers. Once we reach 34, I think.
Well,
yeah,
we're
I
at
guess
25.
anything else you want to discuss about the War League? About the
Um,
conferences or
Insidious can speak on all
well,
that.
the schedule is going to be released soon. It doesn't take much to create it, and if you want to follow all things War League, do bookmark the all-in-one page Google Sheet that will be provided, if it's not already provided, in the Edison Discord, the Beast Mode server Discord. If you want to follow along, again, subscribe to the channel, become a member of the Beast Mode Discord server, get yourself the role
Yes, the War League rule.
so that the War League channels can open up for you. Yeah, so the plan is week 1 will begin on Saturday the 20th, and we'll have more information on how to play in the War League now that you're in it, and what to expect, what to remember, and yeah.
Okay, so at this point, it's 48% Gores/Drag, 37% Honest and Collude. We have 15% Brain and Dust, so we could narrow it down to Honest and Collude and Gores and Trag and see where the other 15% vote.
idea. Do like a runoff. I
Yeah.
like that. That's
So
very smart.
I'm gonna
I love
end
it.
this poll now, and we're gonna do Honest and Collude, Gores and Trag, and we're
And
gonna
Raiko Kaya's got 0. That's just
yeah.
crazy.
And then we say Gores/Trag. I'm doing this fast. Hold on, let me make sure I don't mess this up. Because I seem to always mess something up.
First Last says admin's trying to force Honest and Collude, shaking my head.
We're doing this
doing the runoff.
appropriately. That's all right. All right, there we go. This is for the final name. I need Cameron Saunders. Damn, I need to buy some Hydro Silk razors now. Interesting. I missed half of the chat here.
Because there's an ad on you're streaming the ads in the top right.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
All right. 5 votes.
Oh,
9.
look at that! Look at who in the bottom left. You should follow at Snackmoy.
Oh, you should follow Snack Away right there. Don't forget that. Oh, sorry, I just hit my mic. Yeah, and if you guys could always shout out the mods and especially Snack and Fox and Insidious, JDZ, everybody contributed to make this happen. We really got together and did this over a couple weeks in terms of like really talking, and then it's been a grind the last few weeks to get this like up and running. And honestly, Snack has like done all the logos, Insidious has made the spreadsheet, Fox is updating. Me, I'm just here kind of like hi. But definitely they deserve a lot of the credit for this happening and managing this whole season without, again, none of us get paid to do this. We do this because we want to do this, we want to play, and try to keep that in mind when you are complaining about something that's not going well in the chat, okay?
Yeah, it's crazy how quickly things escalate. What started off as an idea of, oh yeah, maybe do a competitive season. Yeah, we might get like 6 or 8 teams. Might do a test season in season 0,
Mm-hmm.
and look and we have 26 teams we capped out. And this is look, we have one. What was it like? 197 players
Yeah, nearly
total,
200 players. Yep.
and about 35% of them, so like 70, are from Goat League. So it's getting a nice support from there.
Well, I hate to say
50.
it, it's a 50-50 shot here, and
Next one wins.
either that, I can't vote. We could end the poll here, and we could just break the tie because we get to do that. Insidious, Gores, or Honest and
Oh,
Collude.
I already voted. I
Oh,
already
I can't
voted.
vote actually, can I?
I voted. I think I voted Honest Collude.
So I am the tiebreaker then.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a lot of pressure.
What do you hate when you're attacking? What do you hate to see more?
Oh
Damage
no,
or
Gores
Honest
and
and
what comes
Trag
Collude.
or
after?
honestly Clue.
Honest and Collude. You can play around Gores and Trag a lot easier if you just know like not attack. All right, I think I'm gonna do Honest and Collude. That's what we're gonna do.
All right. Mod
All
abuse.
right. Honest
Cameron
and
was
Clue
right,
it
or no?
is.
First class was
Oh, I just swapped these around. Okay. Um, let's see.
I mean,
Not that this
honest comes
matters.
first, and then Clue.
Yeah, that's
So
duh. That's right. Right.
you got to
Uh,
make Conference A honest, right?
uh, yes, indeed. I gotta rename. Not that this matters at all. It's all gonna be in the documents. You don't have to worry about that. It won't let me get rid of it. What's going on? Am I doing this right? Did I spell this right? Anyway,
Uh, yeah, Clue. Yeah, there you go.
so that's what we got. I think it's gonna be fun. Hopefully, everybody kind of again smack talk and talking is fun, and let's try to keep it clean. And of course, if you're trash talking another team, is probably not the most respectful, but myself included. But we just kind of monitor that, and hopefully, we have a good season, and we'll see how this runs. Anything
Sounds good.
final notes before we sign out?
Um, can't think of anything. Subscribe to Beast Mode.
Yeah, sure. Subscribe. We're throwing this there. Everything's gonna be rated. And oh, I wanted to break the news that if you haven't already seen that there's going to be an Edison World Qualifier tomorrow held in the Format Library Discord. I believe Cameron, Saunders, GYBU, Jazz all kind of collaborated and are making this happen. It's going to be like a premiere series in the Format Library. And there has been talks, streets say that there will be Edison World Format invites with this Goat War League. So I mean Edison War League rather. So we'll be giving out Edison World invites. We just have to figure out how exactly it's going to go down. We'll talk about that this week. But BCS is still going to be a thing. Those are just small tournaments. We're going to have a tournament at the end of the year, but I think it's going to be a little bit more prestigious to be able to give invites to Edison World Championship. So did I say that right? Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just got to find out the logistics of how we're going to give them out. But people there will be War League and Edison World Championship will be tied together in terms of invites. And Insidious, anything else? We're gonna go.
All good here.
All
Great stream.
good. Thank you both for hanging out, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in and enjoy the season. Until next time, I'll see you all later.